Hello, we are going to start the next presentation of the International gvSIG conference. This year is an online event because of the health emergency situation. And the title of this presentation is Spatial Data Infrastructure and Central Address System of Uruguay. So we are going to start sharing desktop. And now we are going to start the presentation. As you can see here, the project is Spatial Data Infrastructure and Central Address System of Uruguay. First of all, I'm going to speak about the context of the Uruguay SDI. As many of you know, the technological advancement allows to produce, store, and process geographic information in an easy way and in a cheap way. But it also causes confusion because there are different formats, different sources, different, for example, different type of cartography, interoperability problems, overlaps, etc. And the spatial data infrastructures present an institutional solution to solve these problems. The geographic information is considered as a fundamental public policy instrument. It's necessary to strengthen the capacities of public agencies to use this geographic information and to consolidate spaces for exchange and technical coordination. The Spatial Data Infrastructure of Uruguay was created by law in October 2013. And the success of this project, of the Spatial Data Infrastructure, is because the conviction of the geographic information is considered a public good. First, in parallel, there were another project to produce the basic geographic information and make it available for citizens, public administrations, universities, and companies as open data. There was a tender in December 2015, and at the next year it was awarded. The type of cartography that was created were, for example, digital images, digital elevation models, contour lines, hydrography, etc. And for urban areas, they created digital images in a higher resolution. Here you can see several products that they created. For example, images, digital elevation models, hydrography, etc. And now I'm going to speak about the first project, the Uruguay Spatial Data Infrastructure. At this link, you can see all the information, and you can access to the viewer. The GeoPortal, the Spatial Data Infrastructure, is based on gvSIG Online. It's open source, and it's developed by the gvSIG Association. And through this spatial data infrastructure, the cartography is available for the citizens, for the public administrations, the other administrations, for the universities and companies. And there are a lot of tools that users can use. For example, for queries, they can measure, they can print the maps, they can import vector files and web services, or they can download layers. They also have 2D and 3D viewers, and they have a metadata catalog. And the most important thing is that it's integrated with the National Address System, the second project that I will speak about at this presentation. Here you can see two screenshots. First one with the orthophoto and cadastral information, and the second one with a profile that we can calculate on the viewer. And at these screenshots, you can see the catalog, the metadata catalog. I'm going to show you the geoportal. Here you can see the spatial data infrastructure portal of Uruguay, and from here you can access to the viewer. Here you can see the viewer is gvSIG Online, as I told you, and they have the base layers, and they have different groups of layers with several layers. For example, for boundaries, they have information about cadastre, for example, the urban cadastre. If we access here to Montevideo, we can see the information about cadastre parcels. They have information about means of transport, hydrography, photos. And we have different tools for measures, to share view. We can zoom to an area and load several layers, and we can share the view to this with all this information. It's very easy to share the information with another users. We can download layers, we can import vector files or web services. We have 2D view, is this one, or 3D view, and we also have the metadata catalog. So here we can see all the data that we can find. We can draw a polygon, and all the information of this area is shown at this place. So we can search by type, by year, by source, by format, etc. And we can load the layer on the viewer, and we can download layers too. We also have the 3D viewer. For example, here we have the information, and we can see all this information in this type of viewer. We're going to continue. The second project is the central address system. At this link you can find all the information, and I'm going to show you this link is this one. You can find the description, etc., and all the the address searchers. You can find all the information here. And I'm going to continue. To start, at this screenshot, you can see the start situation of this project. The addresses, there were different lines at the same street. They didn't coincide. There were different numbers for the same house. So it was very difficult to manage this information. There were several sources, so they were different. And the main objective was to create an only operational address database and an address and related data management. The data had to be integrated with from external sources, and the access had to be through web services. And there was a tender in 2018, and the project started at the following year. It was developed by the gvSIG Association. The technology, the base technology, is gvSIG Online, like the spatial data infrastructure. That is one of the products of the gvSIG suite, and it's integrated with the SDI. Both projects, both applications are integrated. There are several tools for the citizens, for the users, that allow to add new geometries, or another one to suggest changes when the geometries have any mistake. And at the administration area, there's a topology validator that allows to improve the information of the streets. The services were created to search for addresses for municipalities, etc. So it was a very interesting project, and the main characteristic is that it was integrated with the spatial data infrastructure. And the project is growing. Why is it growing? Because it's open source, so any development that is financed by any organization, the developments are included in the following versions of gvSIG Online. So the project, the platform, gvSIG Online is growing more and more every day. There isn't any limitation for geoportals, for users, downloads, accesses, etc. So they can create as many geoportals as they want. So for example, from the beginning, they have created a private project geoportal for cadastral information. The National Institute for Statistics has created another geoportal with their information. They have created another one for viticulture, and another recent project has been the project related to COVID coronavirus information, with all the information about people by district or by municipality. So they can see all the information, the analysis on the geoportal. So this is all the information about these projects. If you have any doubt, you can ask at the chat, and if you see the presentation, because the presentation will be available at the YouTube gvSIG channel, so you can ask us later at this contact address. So I'm going to stop sharing desktop, and I'm going to stop sharing desktop, and I will see if there is any question. I will wait some minutes, some seconds, and if there isn't any question, you also can ask later. Okay, it seems that there isn't any question. You also have the gvSIG users mailing list if you are using gvSIG desktop or gvSIG mobile. You also can use the gvSIG mailing lists. Okay, so it seems that there isn't any question now, so we are going to finish this presentation, and I will invite you to see the next ones during today, tomorrow, and on Friday. Okay, thank you very much.